some of you out there may actually want to fight me on this one, and that's okay. I welcome it completely. Hi, I'm Jasmine, your galactic goddess, your homegirl, and the mom that has lived through the mess. And we're on another episode of We Gotta Unpack This Ish, okay? First of all, let me take off my seatbelt because clearly I'm not driving anywhere. I'm sitting in my car waiting for an Instacart order because that's what I do to bring in income. But I was just thinking, as always, I am so sick and tired of the word manifestation. Manifest in order to manifest your life. And the reason why I do not like hearing that word anymore is because I look at the world as a fantasy land where you can create and do whatever you want in your space, in your bubble, in your life. And if we consider God to be the creator, then why do we not look at ourselves as co-creations, as co-creators? Meaning that if you want the life that you've envisioned, you have to create the seeds, plant them, and watch the fruition take place. I feel like now the word manifestation is used so loosely that it almost only covers the, spiritual act of it all, which would be like prayer and affirmations, and if you will it, it will come. But it completely leaves out the aspect of doing the work, because you have to have the work behind the prayer, behind the affirmation. And you also have to give yourself some fucking credit. All glory be to God, the Most High, the Creator, Spirit, whatever terminology you use to believe in the greater power than yourself. But damn it, give yourself some damn credit. Because that's one part of it. It's more than just one part. It's a whole. And I feel like we focus so much on if I see it, I'll believe it. If I pray it and I make that one phone call or do that one thing, it's going to happen. And I always think about the Earth, Wind, and Fire song, Fantasy, and the fact that and nobody can really explain Earth to me in this dimension. But I feel like in this dimension, you can create whatever it is you want to be. And those that are truly living out their dream is because they put so much time and effort, not just affirmations, not just prayer or believing they're already in it. They're actually doing it. And they're waking up every day and they're doing it because they have determined that this is what they are going to do. We get so caught up in the manifestation part of like believing and making a few actions that we don't think about the consistency that it takes to really find yourself where you want to be. Or the reality that sometimes what you see yourself going in the direction, that's not the direction you're supposed to go in. That's what you want. But God, universe, spirit, it's showing you that, hey, I actually want you to go in this direction. And sometimes we're so busy focusing on manifesting something that we think is for us, it really was never for us. And that we are actually being misguided and going down the wrong path. It's kind of like entrepreneurship. When COVID happened, everybody wanted to be an entrepreneur, which made sense because people needed to make money because we weren't going to work. Now, once COVID was over with, a lot of people were still trying to be entrepreneurs. And sometimes you have to realize that maybe you're not meant to be an entrepreneur because there's so much that comes into it. Entrepreneurship leaves you raw, it leaves you open, leaves you vulnerable. It causes you to do a lot of shadow work, to work on yourself, to have consistency, discipline, all of these things. And maybe in that time, it showed you that your efforts are best put somewhere else. And there's nothing wrong. Everybody doesn't deserve to have a business. Sometimes we're actually better at other positions, like helping somebody else elevate their business or working that 9 to 5 and living that everyday life and being the consumer. We all can't be winners. It's the reality of it. So we all cannot be winners. And it takes a certain type of tenacity and strength and focus and willpower to see your business grow, not just become viral, not just become a hit sensation, but to truly grow and activate into a space that you want it to be. And that's way beyond just manifesting, because there's a lot of drive that took place to get it there. And so, I know some people could say, well, manifestation can be multiple things at one time. I hear you, but I'm talking about how loosely we're using it on social media. It's like in this day and age, you find a word, it becomes trendy, like narcissist. Now, everybody is a fucking narcissist. Well, maybe they're just self-centered, or maybe they may have narcissistic traits, or maybe there's a little bit of selfishness in them, but they're not necessarily a narcissist, And so I just wanted to go on this random little rant in my car this morning, because I was just thinking about that. I was scrolling through something and it was like, watch me manifest my life. What? Alchemy, true alchemy, is taking what you have within you and creating something outwardly. That's real alchemy. Not just sitting around saying affirmations and praying and hoping and wishing, but doing the work, planting the seeds, watching them grow, feeding them, putting water on them, giving sunlight, recognizing if the soil that they're in may not be good, or recognizing that those seeds may not be good either. And maybe you got to plant some new seeds. It's deeper than just prayer and affirmations. I feel like holistic lifestyle, which I'm 100% part of, it's all about really preventative maintenance. It's all about maintaining yourself in the process of the growth. But a lot of what you want in life takes serious action, not just belief, not just doing half the work, but fully immersing yourself into the work and never stopping no matter what happens. And then also recognizing when you're being guided in a different direction. Manifestation does not always look like what we want it to look like. That's why I don't like that word. I'm going to manifest being a millionaire. If I keep playing the lottery, that's not going to work. If you've been playing the lottery for 10 years and you still haven't hit $1 million, then maybe you need to redirect yourself. That's why it's called alchemy. Taking the energy, utilizing the resources around you, and then creating the reality that you want. Maybe the millionaire doesn't come through playing the tickets, because when you asked the Most High for what it is you're looking for, the Most High is calling on you to step outside of yourself into a greater purpose than what you have been doing. And maybe applying for lottery tickets is the lazy version. And then you see people who play lottery every day and they win. Okay, it's all I leave it to chance. It's all chance. It was written in their stars and their cards, maybe some past life redemption here, but if you're truly wanting to become a millionaire, stop waiting for the lottery to come and start putting in the work to find whatever path and direction it may be to become that millionaire. You can say all the affirmations in the world. You can do all of those little things that I even teach and push. But as I always tell people, that's just only part of the whole, okay? Like spiritual baths, even doing spiritual work or rituals or casting spells. So that apparently seems to be some big, huge thing now too, which again, it all comes down to intention. So no matter if you learn how to do hoodoo, voodoo, santeria, all that stuff, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen for you, especially if it's not within you. Because one, hoodoo is a closed practice, but also two, if you're not intentionally in alignment with it, everything comes down to intentions of what you truly, really want. If there's even a speck of doubt or question, things are not going to fall in line the way they are. You also have to be open to the opportunities that the Most High, the Creator, is giving you. And those opportunities are not always going to look like the way you want them to look. And that's also part of alchemy, is having your eyes open to see that you create your future. That's why we are co-creators. And when you rely on manifestation and you're believing that, oh, this is what's going to happen for me if I just believe and I do my affirmations and I speak to the mirror and I do all this stuff, And then when it doesn't look the way you want it to look, guess what? You upset. You are upset. So that was just my unpacking of the word manifestation. I hope by the end of 2026 that word just goes the fuck away. Okay. I would like for it to. It's really annoying because I feel like it takes a level of accountability away from you, the individual, and the purpose that you have here in this earthly dimension, which is to create. That's why we call God the creator. So, thank you for another episode of We Gotta Unpack This Ish. Okay. My next episode, I will be bringing on a guest. I want to talk a little bit more in depth about entrepreneurship and what that really does look like, especially since I'm an entrepreneur myself. Well, as always, your homegirl, Jasmine, the galactic goddess. It's cold as crap out here today. I'm waiting for an order, which I think I passed up quite a few being on here, my little rants about manifestation. Sorry, that thing has been irking me for a while. But anyways, I'm your galactic goddess. I'm your homegirl and the mom that has lived through the mess and is here to tell it. And until we talk again on another episode of Unpacking Ish. Peace.